Are you curious what Breaking Amish star Sabrina Burkholder has been up to since her last appearance on TLC? Starcasm has some startling updates that include multiple arrests, another baby, an eviction, and a Christmas Day robbery involving a homeless OnlyFans model named Tigger. It has been just over 13 years since a small group of 4 former Amish and 1 former Mennonite took the reality television world by storm with the premiere of TLC's breakout series, Breaking Amish. The lone Mennonite cast member was Sabrina Burkholder from Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
I really want to go to the big city because this is pretty much what I do.
I was adopted into the Mennonites at the age of 3. My mother was Italian and my father was Puerto Rican, and they struggled with addiction, so I was placed into a Mennonite foster home and then adopted. While I love certain parts of the Mennonites, there was a part of me that just never really belonged.
TLC would continue to follow Sabrina's life on Breaking Amish and its numerous spin-offs, including Breaking Amish Brave New World and Return to Amish. During the years she filmed with TLC, Sabrina went through a lot, including giving birth to multiple children, several relationships, and multiple arrests. The arrests stemmed from Sabrina's struggles with drug addiction, a problem that would eventually result in her losing custody of her children. Sabrina Burkholder's most recent appearance on TLC was Season 7 of Return to Amish, which aired from March until May of 2023. The Return to Amish Season 7 finale aired on May 16, 2023, and included the birth of Sabrina's 5th child, daughter Kalani. Kalani's father was Jethro Nolt, who also appeared on the show with Sabrina.
It's a miracle. Like, you're like, my body and God created that. Like, I made these bones, I made those ears. I can't believe that. God gave me the blessing of life. And I'm just so grateful.
When the episode featuring the birth aired, Kalani was already 20 months old. Sabrina gave birth to Kalani Aliyah via cesarean section on September 7, 2021. In addition, by the time the Return to Amish Season 7 finale aired, Sabrina had already given birth to her 6th child, and the father wasn't Jethro. Sabrina and Jethro broke up not long after filming the Return to Amish Season 7 finale. Sabrina revealed a couple years later that she had not seen Jethro in person since 2021. As previously mentioned, their daughter Kalani was born in September of 2021. In March of 2022, Sabrina Burkholder went Facebook official with a new man named Scottie Harville. In October of 2022, Sabrina shared a photo on social media with a series of sonograms revealing she was pregnant with her 6th child. On February 22, 2023, Sabrina gave birth to son Arrow Reno. In August of 2023, Sabrina, Scottie, and 4 of her children moved into half a duplex located in Sarasota County. The duplex owner, who is a disabled veteran in her 80s, filed eviction proceedings against Sabrina and Scottie in January of 2025. Over multiple filings, the property owner recounted her experience having Sabrina and Scottie as tenants/squatters. I've combined a couple of her lengthier narratives, which have some startling allegations against Sabrina and Scottie. I've redacted last names for everyone except Sabrina and Scottie. Addresses and other similar information have also been removed or altered. How this homeless family of 6 came to occupy my income property for 18 months without paying rent. On August 16, 2023, Stephen, whom I had hired to help convert my duplex into a vacation rental property, took it upon himself to install a homeless family of 6 in my income property against my will. I needed the income from one side of the duplex to pay for the renovation of the unit I was converting to the vacation rental on the other side. The monthly expenses for each side hovers at just under and just over $2,000 per side, including electricity, water, pool services, newly acquired flood insurance, and the mortgage payment, not counting upkeep and repairs. So $2,000 per month income is needed to cover the basic expenses before any rental profit can be made. Each unit is fully furnished in every way and commands a $4,000 per month rental rate just to get $2,000 per month rent. Even so, Stephen took it upon himself to lower the rent to $2,000 per month for his handyman and his family. I refused to allow that to happen, but Stephen did it anyway, as though he were a legitimate property manager when in fact Stephen is not even a licensed realtor. It turned out that Stephen did not pay Scottie with money for the work Scottie did for Stephen, The way Stephen compensated Scottie for the work he did was by providing Scottie and his family with, quote, a roof over their heads, unquote. My roof. No money at all, just a roof over their heads. Since it was clear that Stephen was going to do what he was going to do, regardless of the illegality of it all, and the fact that I was adamant that I was not willing to allow the 50% rent reduction to happen, I finally got Stephen to agree that as soon as the B&B guests in Stephen's B&B vacation rental unit check out of Stephen's unit, Stephen would move the family of 6 into his vacation rental property. It should be mentioned that at this early stage of the tenancy, they had not yet moved in, I had no clue that the family was homeless and unemployed, except for the roof over their heads, which Stephen was intending to provide to the family courtesy of me, unbeknownst to me. I asked Scottie where he and his family had lived before Stephen deposited them on my doorstep. Scottie told me that Stephen had him working on another property prior to moving them into mine, and that's where Stephen had them housed until he housed them at my property. After Stephen had moved them in, I found out that they were a homeless family of 6. 2 adults and the 4 children, all under 5 years old, were all in diapers. And Scottie and Sabrina had no income. They not only couldn't afford to pay rent, they couldn't afford diapers. I ended up buying the baby's diapers because I didn't know what else to do. When I realized that there was no way the tenants were going to be able to pay the rent, I demanded that Stephen pay their rent for them, which he reluctantly did for 1 month, $2,000. The tenants have been there for almost 17 months, since August 16, 2023. Well-meaning people on both sides, squatter versus tenants, have been giving me advice for the entire time, and I haven't known what to do. I've been told that if I use the paperwork for the wrong one, it'll get thrown out and I'll have to start all over again. Some people are telling me that the tenants are squatters because they never paid rent. I told Sabrina that they were squatters because they've never paid rent. Sabrina said, quote, Stephen paid our rent once, unquote, implying, so that means we're not squatters. Others, like the sheriff for instance, have told me that the occupants don't qualify as squatters and that the only way I can get rid of them is to treat them as tenants and evict them. Last December 2023, Scottie and Sabrina were both in jail for some kind of robbery or grand theft or something. Scottie got out of jail first and went back to the house. I had set up security cameras. When my phone notified me that someone was inside the house, I called the police. It turned out to be Scottie, who had gotten in without a key. One of the police officers I had asked to come to the house told Scottie, this is your home. If she, meaning me, the owner, if she knocks at your door, she can't even come inside. This is your home. Hearing this from a police officer totally emboldened Scottie and totally deflated me. They feel a sense of entitlement to live in my property. In June, I paid an attorney to have them served with a notice to vacate. One of my helpers was present when the notice was served. My helper said that Scottie looked at the notice and said, she can't do this. She can't make us leave. We're staying. And they did. They texted me a photo of the notice to vacate, along with the words, really, Jan? They've been occupying my income property for almost 17 months now. All but one of those months have been rent-free, with me paying for their electricity and water and pool service and flood insurance and, of course, the mortgage payment. They financially devastated me. These people who are destroying my life just don't care. Sabrina has no intention of moving out. She's the last one left. DCF has the kids in foster care because Scottie and Sabrina, who had been former drug addicts when Stephen moved them in, decided to dabble in drug addiction again, and DCF came and got the 4 kids. Now Scottie is in jail again, and now Sabrina has my rental property all to herself. To her credit, Sabrina has earned the privilege of visitation with her kids now by giving up her drug habit, but it appears that has even strengthened her resolve to treat my property as her own and keep it. In February of 2025, a judge ruled in favor of the duplex owner, and Sabrina was ordered to turn over possession of the property. Before I move on to more recent updates from Sabrina, I want to shed more light on some of the things brought up by the landlord. She mentions that Sabrina and Scottie were arrested for, quote, some kind of robbery or grand theft or something, unquote, in December of 2023. According to court documents, Sabrina and Scottie were both arrested and charged with felony grand theft on December 26, 2023. The criminal complaint alleges Sabrina, Scottie, and another woman were caught on camera taking roughly $2,500 worth of window shutters from the side of a blind store on Christmas Day. Police were able to track Sabrina and Scottie down because the vehicle they used was registered to Sabrina. Police arrived at Sabrina and Scottie's duplex and observed the vehicle from the video in the driveway. After being read Miranda, both Scottie and Sabrina admitted to helping take the blinds. They said they were helping a homeless woman named Tigger, who was the third person in the video. Post Miranda, Burkholder admitted that she was present and helped unbox and load the shutters into the van. She also stated Tigger told them that they were her shutters. I asked Burkholder where Tigger lives, and she replied Tigger is homeless. I asked Burkholder where Tigger works, and she stated she doesn't believe Tigger has a job. I then asked Burkholder how Tigger would pay for the shutters, and she stated she did not know. I did some research into Tigger, and it appears she has an OnlyFans account. Given that she was homeless and stealing blinds, I assume she isn't making a lot of money from it. Police were able to locate Tigger and the stolen blinds at her campsite next to a Slim Chicken's restaurant. Deputies stated that post Miranda, Tigger also admitted to taking the items from the Dominic's blind store. Tigger stated that she believed they were free and being discarded, even though the video depicted them opening brand new boxes to remove the shutters. In April of 2024, Sabrina pleaded guilty to grand theft. She was sentenced to time served and adjudication of guilt was withheld. She still owes $613, and the courts have sent the case to collections. Scottie received a similar sentence with an additional 90 days of probation. Tigger had a few more prior arrests and received 2 years of probation after pleading guilty. Her probation was later revoked. The duplex owner also mentions that Scottie is in jail again at the time of her filing. Scottie was arrested on September 12, 2024 after an altercation with Sabrina. According to the officer's affidavit from the criminal complaint, Sabrina and Scottie got into a fight and he refused to let her leave the residence. Eventually, they both left to have a cigarette break, and Sabrina called 911. Scottie allegedly took her phone and threw it across the yard. When Sabrina tried to leave through the gate, Scottie allegedly grabbed her, bent her over backwards, choked her, and struck her on the side of her face. The officer on the scene observed redness, swelling, and what appeared to be a developing bruise on Sabrina's left cheek eye area, where she had indicated Scottie had struck her. Sabrina revealed to the officers that Scottie had threatened her many times before, including one instance where he used a kitchen knife to illustrate what he might do to her. Scottie was arrested and charged with false imprisonment, domestic battery by strangulation, and preventing an emergency call. All 3 charges were felonies. Scottie was found guilty on all 3 charges. On February 2, 2025, he was sentenced to 2 years in prison plus 2 years of probation. He is currently still incarcerated in a Florida State Prison facility. Just a few days after Scottie's sentencing, Sabrina posted about the aftermath of the incident on social media from February 5th. So I ended up in the ER, and apparently I've had a sprained neck ever since I was strangled in September. I thought I could just wing it and the neck pain would eventually go away on its own, but it didn't, LOL. If you're in an abusive relationship, do yourself a favor and get out before they kill you. This is a really tough subject for me to talk about, but there are not enough resources for women having DV. Hopefully the things I do share help save someone's life. You never know what you'll do until it's you and you're hyperventilating because the person you love is trying to kill you. You just never know what someone is capable of, FR. On February 9th, Sabrina revealed Scottie was the one who attacked her and he had been sentenced. In September, my ex was charged with strangulation, tampering with a witness, and kidnapping. He was recently sentenced to prison for 2 years. He picked up a metal table and was holding it over my head, ready to bash my skull in. Thank God I was able to call the cops and he dropped the table and grabbed my phone. I will never forget running as fast as I could to the lane. If the cops hadn't showed up immediately while I was running for my life, I'd probably be dead. Thank God I managed to escape in the nick of time. On February 12th, Sabrina posted again. I found out last week that I've been walking around with a sprained neck for the past 5 months. Today I was referred to a neurosurgeon. Posting this to remind y'all that you're not alone. I go through bleep too. Here's to all abuse survivors. I see you and I'm proud of you. 2 days later, she shared an update video.
So, update on the next situation. I was in the ER again today for trip number 6. Now I'm being referred to see a neurologist plus a neurosurgeon. And I'm a little annoyed because Mr. Horrible is sitting in jail without a care in the world right now. And I'm out here trying to do everything that I possibly can to take care of my kids and myself.
In many of her social media posts from earlier this year, Sabrina looks to be working for a local roofing company. In addition, she seems to have taken inspiration from Tigger with an OnlyFans account of her own. Sabrina's social media accounts are now mostly filtered photos promoting her OnlyFans account. However, Sabrina does occasionally post some pretty wild stuff about things happening in her area of Florida. This post was from July. Did you know there are literally people in Sarasota County, Florida that are harassing me for money? They said they do this to other celebrities, that this is how they get money from celebrities. They claim that other celebrities get so sick of it that they just pay them off so that they leave them alone. They won't stop stalking and harassing me because they want me to get money from TLC and Hot Snakes Media to pay them so that these people in Sarasota County leave me alone. If my Facebook and I get deleted, it wasn't me that deleted my profiles. Just know that I posted this out of sheer desperation to make the harassment stop. It's called extortion and racketeering. And here's another post from July. Isn't it funny how Sarasota County wants to profit off my image and TLC network for free? Specifically the town of Venice. Who knew this town could be so ratchet? People in this town threaten to have people shot all the time, but they want to profit off of people like me, the same people they claim to hate. And here's a video from earlier this month with Sabrina talking about someone in Sarasota County, Florida buying illegal military equipment.
So I heard a rumor that someone from the military sold military technology to someone in Sarasota County, Florida. And they're using that military tech and remaking it and using it on civilians in Sarasota County, Florida. And it's not legal. You can't take military equipment or military technology and redo it and then use it for your own benefit. That's illegal. It's a national security threat. And I just want to know what's up with Sarasota County and if this is true or not and why people are doing this. And I would also like to get insight if this is legal in other states. Am I missing something? Is this legal in other states or other counties in Florida? Based on the information I have, it's definitely not legal. It's illegal to use military technology on civilians.
After recording this video, Sabrina shared a concerning post on Facebook in which she stated someone in Sarasota County is claiming to be her and buying drugs. Just for the record, I, Sabrina Burkholder, have never once purchased drugs in Florida, she wrote on October 6th. There's someone going around Sarasota County pretending to be me and purchasing drugs, and it's not me. I am single mama to my kids, and that's all I care about, besides making money and going to college. So to whoever's purposely ratting people out and putting me in danger for no reason, you effed up. Based on all the things Sabrina has said over the past few months, it really sounds like she needs to move away from Sarasota County. It's unclear what the current custody situation is with Sabrina's children. She has posted photos and videos of some of her kids, including photos shared on Facebook in the past couple weeks. I continue to wish Sabrina the best, and I hope she has finally gotten her life on track for good. Thank you so much for watching. This quickly turned into quite an epic update. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you're so inclined, and I will see you the next time.